Ace, you fat motherfucker! You blitzed me, bro.
Blitzed him.
Anyways.
Bro, stealing my thumbnail.
That's what I'm saying, right? He ripped it. He ripped
nigga,
it. He ripped it.
Ace, why did you ping it? Oh, he's up here already. Okay, thank God. Bro, I was about to crash out. Alright, finally.
The legend.
Alright, mic up.
Mic up the legend.
Yeah, Solar, type in chat if you're going to record this.
Let's get the recording going.
I'm not going to type because I'm in game.
Yeah, where's
Yo,
Juju?
dude.
Yeah, so I want Juju to moderate the conversation.
You dumbass.
They were saying, okay, so Apollo, I was putting money on you, and Jester didn't want me to moderate. So if you do want me to moderate, then we can
moderate the conversation with.
I'll just be cordial with you if you want.
Jester, we can call off our bet. We can call off our bet for now.
That's fine.
Call off our bet.
Okay, call off the bet then.
All right, just before this debate starts, we got to clarify one thing. In the right corner, coming from Tennessee, Noodles, the big boy, the one-man circle. And on the other side, we got Apollo, the living legend, TKA himself. And now, the undisputed 350-pound championship on the line. We got Kakazu versus Pain, the two legends of the calm throwdown for their second title fight of the evening, and fight!
I wish I was recording that.
I mean, that got even me hyped up. So, I mean, I feel as if there are a couple of things we didn't really get to touch on the last time, right? So, I mean, I would like to just restart the conversation from scratch. I think there's certain misconceptions in both ends. You know, you said when I asked you for the argument for why Kakazu would beat Pain, the first thing you appealed was a basis was you saying that he's able to tank like Biju bombs, right? And you referenced the statement.
Yeah.
So, and you said you don't believe the statement is contradicted because it is specifically talking about Kakazu's knowledge, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I have two responses to this. The first one is I would like the evidence for it is just merely a knowledge claim instead of just a truth claim, right? So, for example, if I say that it is not the case that aliens exist at all in the universe, right? It could be the case that, yes, that's motivated by my knowledge, but the statement is also attempting to reflect something more than just what I know, but something which is true across all cases. So I would need to use to justify that interpretation of that statement, number one. And number two is you also agree that it is based off limited knowledge. So how do you know that the limited knowledge that is being utilized to motivate Kakazu to make this claim is sufficient for the claim to be considered to be a credible statement?
Every statement that he makes is just consistently credible. Like he says he fought Hashirama. That's referenced in the data book by a narrator. He says that he's going to take Kakashi's heart. He tries to take his heart. So his statements are just consistently like credible. He doesn't have any statements of him lying or anything like that. So it's just a abductive argument from probability at that point. You can just say that Kakazu is most probably telling the truth in that situation. As for like the truth claim versus knowledge claim aspect, I don't really understand like what the difference is between them. Can you like clarify that?
Okay, before we clarify the distinction, you talk about the honesty part. So I don't think I'm really doubting whether Kakazu is honest or not. It could be the case that he's making this assertion with honest intention, but is still wrong about it, right? Like, for example, think of like a little kid, if they respond to like a basic mathematical question, could be honest in their response. They're not trying to be deceptive, but they're still incorrect about their answer. So that's number one. You appealed to a consistent trend. You mentioned two cases. One of the cases that is questionable is you saying that he's going to take Kakashi's heart. He made this claim, but then he tried to do so. But I mean, apparently, if he did not take Kakashi's heart, then that means it goes against him saying he was going to actually take Kakashi's heart.
The reason he didn't take it, though, was because of context. Like, the reason he didn't take it was because Naruto showed up and, like, saved Kakashi. Kakashi was about to try to use the Kamui on him, but he tells Kakashi he's going to, like, take his heart, and he tries to. So it's not that he's just, like, wrong in this case. It's that Naruto showed up and saved Kakashi, right? So there was, like, an intervention there. But with the Biju, no one saved Yugito. Huh?
It is still a wrong claim because if you think about it from this perspective, if I say to you, for example, I'm going to meet you at the mall tomorrow 8 p.m., right? And tomorrow 8 p.m. comes and I say, actually, sorry, bro, I can't meet you at the mall because of XYZ reasons. even if those reasons are going to be something which justifies me not meeting you at the mall. The point of the matter is I made a future assertion, an assertion about the future. And if that does not come to fruition, then my claim was false.
Yeah, I get
irrespective of
that. I
what
get
your
that. I'm
claim
not
to be.
saying that he's like right in this situation. What I was saying was is that he's honest, and you didn't dispute that he was honest. So there's not really
But when I
an
was
argument
talking
here.
about credibility, hold on, but I think you misconstrued something. When I was talking about credibility, I was not talking about whether he's a deceptive liar, pathological liar. I'm specifically questioning the
The
credibility
truthfulness
insofar
of
as the
it. Yeah, yeah, I
correctness of
get that.
the
I
claim.
get that.
Yes.
I can
Mhm.
explain it. So, yeah,
Got
like
you.
at the end of the day, there was no one that intervened in the Yugito fight. So just like
So wait, do you
how
agree that
if
that
so,
reference
hold
is
on.
false, right? That one you mentioned, right? You agree that was false, right?
What, that he didn't take Kakashi's heart? Yeah, I don't think he
Yeah.
didn't take his heart. He didn't take his heart. He
Yeah.
said he
So
was
that's a
going to
false
and he
claim.
attempted
Got you.
to, but the point I'm making is like Kakazu was honest in that situation. I'm not saying he's
So to be
true in
clear,
that
you've
case.
mentioned one true claim of Kakazu, right? Sorry to cut you off again. You mentioned one true instance of Kakazu making the true claim, and you've mentioned another instance. Do you agree that other instance about the hard case is a false claim?
Well,
Just to be
I
clear
think
on that.
that case with Kakashi is also an honest one. And I was arguing that
But
he was
was it
honest, not that
false
he was
though? It
true.
can be honest, but was it
Yeah, I
false?
wasn't arguing that it was true or false in that case. I was saying it was honest.
So,
If you're just, if
so
I can
you
get to the credibility aspect now.
okay? Well, I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
you.
I'm not saying that in that situation it's honest or not honest. It's credible. I'm saying it's honest. Like he's just telling the truth. Like he doesn't think any physical attack can harm him. And he fought Yugito, and he stated to be stronger than Yugito. And there's a statement in the fan book as well that all of the Akatsuki members have capabilities to deal with the Biju. If that's the case, and he also tanks multiple attacks on panel from Yugito, it is most
Uh-huh.
probably true and credible that he can't be damaged by the Biju.
Okay, so I found that to be a really hilarious argument, Noodles, with all due respect. You said that it is stated in the data book that the Koski can deal with Bijou, so that can be interpreted as
Stronger.
them being able
Not
to defeat.
hold on,
Yeah, so them
stronger.
being stronger, irrespective of that,
Yeah.
let's not be pedantic princesses, okay? So, like, the point of the matter is simply that, yeah, you agree that they're stronger than Bijou, generally speaking, or if not all, in all cases.
Yes, yes,
The
yes,
point
yes.
of the
He's
matter is
stronger.
them being stronger than Bijou's does not mean they can tank Bijou bombs. And by tank, what
Why
we
isn't
mean in
Koksu
this
dead
context.
then?
Wait, hold on there a second. Let me finish. I
Wouldn't
was
he
just
be
gonna say,
dead if you like
when
the
we're
BG
talking
could just
about
like
your building
vaporize him?
noodles, hold on, relax.
Go
When
ahead.
we're talking about your building noodles, we're talking about whether or not a character is able to tank an attack. And what we mean by tank is simply that if they're able to receive an attack without getting considerable significant damage. Now, him being stronger overall does not mean that he cannot, or that means he's automatically able to tank his attack, nor do I see any reasons why it makes it more likely for this to be true.
If the point of the statement of Kakazu is to demonstrate that he can't be damaged by an attack, and that's like how we would interpret that statement, then this is a form of evidence to suggest he can't be damaged by them. If your
Well, why
statement is just
should
like,
we
oh, we don't
interpret
know
that
if we
sentence that way?
why, because he says so, and we know that he's telling the truth because he literally tanks attacks on the panel
Wait,
from
hold
Biju.
on. I think we're
Hold on,
jumping
I'm
from
not done.
points.
I'm not done. He tanks attacks on panel from the Biju, not a Biju bomb, but we did see a Biju bomb's destruction in the background. And he also says that he has the power of analysis in the data book. The narrator says this, and he can tell
Wait,
how
so
strong an
we need to
attack
stay on
is.
one point.
Hold on,
We need
hold
to stay
on,
on one
hold
point.
on, hold on.
Got you.
Listen, just hold on. I'll let you go, and you can respond. If I'm making
Mm-hmm.
multiple points, just respond to the multiple points next. Um.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Kakazu is literally stated to be capable of dealing with Biju. If it were the case
Mm-hmm.
that the Biju could just Biju bomb him and kill him, Yugito would have done so, but she was unable to do so. Kakazu is not a speedster. He is a physical-based fighter. He is someone who's primarily using attacks like diamond armor and taijutsu and ninjutsu. That means if he is stronger than the Biju, not only is he withstanding his own counterforce from his attacks, he's also resisting the attacks of the Biju. And this Biju that would have was going all out against him, said that she lured them there to go all out, would have just Biju bombed him and killed him. But he obviously didn't. He's not faster than Yugito, so he had to have tanked the attack. Most probably did.
Okay, you're finished? Okay,
Yep.
so you made a couple of points. So you talk about the idea, which is that we should interpret it to be this way because that's what the statement is basically saying. And so I don't know if you've forgotten this part, but when I've asked you for the credibility, the basis for this statement to be correct, you mentioned one of the things being the data book statement regarding the Akatsuki members being stronger than the Bijus or being able to deal with the Bijus. Now, I've also told you that them being able to deal with the Bijus can just be can just mean that they're stronger and they would defeat the Bijus, not that they would be able to tank the Biju bomb specifically, which is their strongest attack. Now you're saying in response that well, if he was if he was able to be, if like for example, if it is possible for him to die from the Biju bombs or get damaged from the Biju bombs, he would not be able to defeat Yugito. I don't see how this follows. Number one. Number two, you made another claim. You said she lured them to go all out. Could you send the statement for that? I'm pretty sure she lured them to kill them. I'm not sure if it was specifically mentioned to go all out.
What she did was she basically said that I lured you here away from all citizens, so I don't have to hold back. She traps them in this underground building.
Okay. Now one more thing. Is it the case you believe that she used Biju bomb against Kakazu and Hidan?
Yeah, it's most probable she did.
Why is it more likely to be the case?
We see a destruction in the background of their battle that the only like feat we've ever seen any Biju have on that level of destruction is a Biju bomb. So it's most probable that she used a Biju bomb. And we look at the fireball that she used against them that blew up the building. It was way smaller than what the destruction we saw in the background.
Why did she just spam the fireballs?
She could have spammed fireballs, but what's more likely? Her spamming like numerous fireballs at the same spot on the battlefield,
I'm asking
or just using
what's
a
more
BG
likely?
bomb?
Yeah, that's the
BG
question.
bomb
What's
because
more likely, Noodles?
it's the
Why?
BG bomb because it's unlikely. For one, they'd be moving around. For two, she never shows the capability to spam BG bomb or not BG bombs. Fire style release like that. She never does that.
Wait, you don't think she's capable of spamming fire styles? Why?
She can be capable of it, but she never shows the capability to do it.
Wait,
so what
hold
demonstrates
on.
she actually
What's
can?
the evidence that she is not able to spam fire bombs?
I didn't say that. You're not.
You said that she does. Okay, so is it the case that she's able to do such, or she's not able to do such?
I said that she is potentially able to do such, but there's no evidence to demonstrate she's able to do so. So I think it's more likely that she can just. She might have the potential to spam fireballs, but we never see her do that in character. There's never anything on panel that shows us she does that.
Have
but
you
we do
seen
see her
in
destroy that level of
use Biju bombs?
Huh?
Have you seen her in character use Biju bombs in combat?
Yes. Yeah.
When?
In the war. When they're fighting the
that was
Jinchuriki
she
versus
being
Jinchuriki
controlled by
battle.
Obito. What are you talking about? She was controlled by Obito.
Obito couldn't even control them when they were in their version 2 states. They were
Wait,
actually
hold on.
breaking.
You believe that she was in character when she was using Biju bomb there?
She uses Biju bombs after that as well, even after like Naruto breaks them out. She uses Biju bombs a couple
hold on
times.
a second.
But yeah, I think that like
she
stated to use her Biju power, and she's a perfect Jinchuriki. She mastered a perfect Jinchuriki.
So you're saying that Obito is not controlling her? Sorry to cut you off. You're saying Obito does not controlling her when she was using Biju bomb in the war arc?
he wasn't even able to control them in the version 2 states. There's nothing demonstrating he was able to control her in the full
Could you prove
Avatar.
he was not able to control them at all?
Yeah, Kakashi directly states that what am I saying? Kakashi directly states that Obito was struggling to control them because of their massive amount of chakra. Listen, this was in the version 2 states. This was in the and they actually lash out and attack Obito in the version 2 states. So he didn't even have complete control over them in the version 2 states. What demonstrates that there's any evidence they were like under the control once they go into the full Avatar?
I'm pretty certain it was not in the version 2 states because the 5 kills, I'm pretty sure, the one with the horn, I'm pretty sure, was in the Biju state, and she ran towards him to attack him, and he put her in the version 2 state.
Nope, he doesn't put anybody in the version 2 state. That's just not true.
Yes, it is. I'm pretty sure there's a scan. What's the chapter?
There's no. Go ahead and find the scan. The Jinchuriki versus Jinchuriki battles 565.
And when was the chapter, by the way?
565 that's where like the Jinchuriki versus Jinchuriki battle starts. So you'll have to like find the scan.
Yeah. So just to be clear, before I get the scan, you're asking me to show evidence for him putting
being able to control them.
Fully transformed.
Yeah, I want like any evidence that Obito is controlling them in their full Biju state. Any evidence of that?
Yeah, just give me 1 sec. Yeah, I got the scan. You're just wrong in this. Hold on. Just check. Let's see. Where should I
Put it
post the
in
scan?
put it in
Just
VC justification. Yeah.
got you. So you asked me for the evidence for Obito putting a full Bijou transformed, you could say, Jinchuriki into a version 2 state after it was retaliated. Here's the
Not a version
evidence.
2 state. That's not what I
So
asked
I was
for.
right on this part.
That's not what I asked for.
So that's just the first proof. You said also that he's not able to control them in the version 2 states. That's false, because we see that he told them to go. He literally ordered the Bijus, the version 2 Bijus, or the version 2 Jinchurikis, to
No, you're
go. And
misconstruing.
then
Hold
Naruto
on.
was like, that master jerk, he was hiding in the
Real
ground.
quick. You made a point.
So
I have
he
to address
literally,
that.
or wait, hold on. Notice, hold on.
Okay, go
So
ahead.
he ordered them to go after Naruto and B in the version 2 states, and they follow his command. So how is
Okay.
that indicative of him not being able
What
to
I
control
said,
them?
you're misinterpreting what I said. I said in their full Bijou
Okay.
avatar states, not their version 2 states. What I was arguing is that in their at full avatar states, there's nothing demonstrating that he's controlling them in their actions in that case. Look what Kakashi says in the top panel you posted. It was
What
trying
do you mean
to
by
attack.
controlling? What do you mean by
Hold
control
on, listen.
actions?
By like going inside the brain and telling them to fire Bijou bombs or whatever. Now, anyway,
Wait, hold on. That's not
hold on. No, I'm
necessary.
not done. I'm not done. It was trying to attack Toby. And did you see Kakashi saying that? When they went into their at full Bijou state, it tried to attack Obito. And Obito had to literally like throw a chain on it and stop it from
You
attacking
sent the
him.
scan?
You sent the scan. It's in your scan. Look at the top scan
Okay,
you
let me
sent.
check the scan I sent real quick. Let me see if we're already talking
Top
about it.
scan,
Hold
bottom
on.
right. It was trying to
Gotcha. Give me a
attack Toby. And then Kakashi says controlling them with this much chakra must be insanely difficult. And it's also stated in the data book, the fourth data book, that Yugito was using the power of her Bijou, not the power of Obito's. There's nothing suggesting when they're in their full Bijou state that they're being controlled by Obito.
You understand that she can be used in the power of the Bijus, and the thing which motivated her to use a specific power of the Biju is Obito? That's not a
You still have
contradiction.
to demonstrate that like he's controlling them at all to
No,
fire Bijou
you would
bombs,
have to
otherwise you lose the
demonstrate
point.
that it is not. No, you would have to demonstrate that it is in character for her to use Biju bombs, so the burden still falls on you, Noodles. But first and
I'm already
foremost,
demonstrated that like they
Noodles,
attacked Toby.
Noodles,
I
you've
already
already given a
demonstrated that.
response, which I have yet to respond to.
Go ahead.
You said in the scan I presented, right? It is the case of Kakashi's claim, which is emblematic of the conclusion that she's unable, right,
Hold on,
to
big dog.
control
You're shifting the
Biju.
burden. Like at the end
I'm
of the
not
day,
shifting the burden. Hold on, Noodles, you're interrupting
hold on,
again.
listen. Let me explain
Yikes,
why it's a
someone
shift
is
of the
pressed
burden.
right now.
Hold on, let me
No,
explain why
I'm
it's a
not.
shift of the burden.
You're
Hold
making.
on,
Could I just
let me
finish my
explain. Let me
point?
explain. Let me explain.
Noodles, you're not gonna do this.
Hold on, y'all. Oh wait,
Let me finish,
y'all stop.
please.
Look, Apollo was
Yeah,
giving his
got
response. Just let him
Go
finish,
ahead. Go
Noodles,
ahead.
you.
and then you can go ahead and give your
Yeah, I don't know why
response.
he was tripping out. Maybe he was
It's okay.
insecure
It's
a
okay.
little
Don't
bit.
cry.
But look, I was just gonna say, Noodles, that you said specifically that it is the case that it is in character for her to use Bijubon. That's an
Yes.
affirmative claim. And the whole time that I'm just being skeptical towards this claim, and I'm given reasons which makes it plausible to not only deny this claim, but to doubt this claim being true. So the burden
That's
is not
actually
on me,
untrue.
Noodles, you're not tracking.
You said that Obito was controlling them. You actually did make a claim. So you're not just being
You
skeptical. You took a
understand?
position on the stance. And then you even tried to justify it with scans. And then I showed you that
Wait,
you
hold on there a second.
misinterpreted. Like you were saying that like I just gave evidence that Obito doesn't have control over them. That's why he's attacking Obito. That's why that Biju is attacking Obito.
I
That
don't
means
think
that
you
they
understood
are
what I just
firing
said,
Biju
Noodles.
bombs on their own volition.
I said a while ago that I'm given reasons which makes it plausible to deny or be doubtful towards this claim. So even if these reasons come in the form of an affirmative claim, that does not mean I'm upholding these claims to be true. I'm just affirming these reasons as reasons or potential reasons to doubt your claim being correct and to doubt the credibility of your
Did
claim.
you or did
So
you not
you
say
failed. Wait, hold on, Noodles. You failed to track the skeptical motivation right here. Number one. Number two is you've referenced in my scan that Kakashi mentions that they tried to attack him. Oh, they tried to attack Obito. That does not prove shit, Noodles, because
It
guess what?
does.
Noodles, him saying that they tried to attack him does not mean that he has zero control over their intentions and motivation combatively. That's a complete leap in logic.
What I asked you to prove originally was that these characters are being controlled by Obito in their full avatar state. You mistracked and tried to bring up him like doing something in their version 2 states. Then
Mhm.
you tried to say that these Biju were being controlled, and that means that it's not in character for them to fire Biju bombs. So what
Wait,
I've been
hold on.
demonstrating,
Sorry.
hold on,
Continue.
listen, hold
Mhm.
on. I'm not done. What I've been demonstrating so far is that these characters are not under Obito's control, hence why they attacked him. That is evidence to suggest that they are of their own action. They can do their own actions. Is it not the case that Obito is being attacked?
Okay, so before I even respond to this question, I'm going to give you another response. Well, you said that again the burn is on me, but then again, do you agree first and foremost, which is can be a rhetorical question, you can respond right afterwards. Do you think that I'm making the claim that it is not in character for Yugi to use Biju bombs, or rather, am I just maintain an agnostic stance? Which one is it?
Do I think what?
Do you think I'm making the assertion that Yugito does not use Biju bombs in character, or am I just being agnostic on the proposition?
I think you're making the
Which one is
argument
it?
that she was firing the Biju bombs because Obito told her to do it
No, no, no,
and
no, 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 no.
controlled her to
If
do it.
you're not
That's what
right,
I
if
think you
I'm
said.
talking about the original point, right? You're talking about the
That is the
sub-point which
original
came
point.
from the original
You're
point.
making
No,
a
no, no,
new
no.
point
One second.
now.
Hold on, Noodles. I'm gonna put you back in track, okay? I'm asking you regarding the point regarding you saying that it is most likely that she used Biju bombs against Kakazu and Hidan, and I asked you to prove that it is in character for her to use Biju bombs. Do you believe that when I ask you to prove that she uses Biju bomb in character, do you think I'm making an assertion that she does not use Biju bomb in character? Yes or no?
Big Dog, you
Which
made
one is
the
it?
assertion that they were controlling her. You said
That's
that
a
on
different
screen. I
claim.
have it on
Hold on. Do
recording.
you
That's the claim I've
understand?
been disputing
Do
the
you
whole time. I'm not moving
notice
on to this new
notice
skeptic argument. That's a new position.
notice
I'm
you're already
talking
ratting.
specifically. No, I'm not. I'm
Okay.
talking specifically about the original claim, which was that they were being controlled in their Biju state. That was the burden I
It
applied to
seems as
you,
if I'm.
and
It
you
seems as
said
if you're
that you
not
would
tracking the
fulfill that, and you
conversation.
mistracked and failed to fulfill it.
Wait, actually, so I was saying that it seems as if you're not tracking the conversation, but it is certain you're not tracking the
It's not my fault.
conversation.
I'm not letting
There's
you
a
move on to a new
distinction.
point.
Notice. Stop talking. Stop talking. I know you're piping up right now, but just stop talking. There's a distinction between me making the claim, right? If I was to make such claim, right, and defend such claim, there's a distinction between me making the claim that in these panels, okay, she's being controlled by Obito, and me making the claim that it is not in character for her to use Biju bombs. It could still
I'm
be the
not even talking
case.
about the character of the Biju
Notice,
bombs. See, this is where you got
calm
misconstrued.
down.
Wait,
Notice, relax.
hold on, y'all.
Notice,
Hold on.
relax.
Y'all are kind of cutting
Okay.
each other off. Noodles, just chill out.
He's
Apollo,
Yeah,
go
talking
let me
ahead.
like
just
at
finish this
least
point.
50%
I was
more than
just
me.
getting to the crux of my point. Yes, Noodles, you made the claim that it is in character for her to use Biju bombs combatively. I'm saying that me pointing out that it is the case, or it is possibly the case, that she's being controlled by Obito in the scans I've shown, is not emblematic of it being the case. It is not in character. It could still
Hey,
be the case. It is in
bud. I don't
character.
care about
No,
this rant.
Noodles,
This is
Noodles,
so irrelevant to
you're
the
doing
actual
the
point.
same
This is
thing again,
completely
Noodles.
irrelevant.
Noodles, you're doing the same thing again, which you're
You're attacking
interrupting words
ghosts,
when you
bro.
know
You're
you're getting
attacking
blown the fuck
ghosts.
out. Noodles, I'm still talking.
Go
So as
ahead.
I'm
You're
saying,
attacking
it is
ghosts,
still
though.
the case that it is
I'm gonna
in
go for a long
still
time
be the
after
case.
this, so
It
get
is in
ready.
character. It is in character for her to use Biju bombs, even if she was being controlled by Obito when she was using Biju bombs in these specific cases. So I'm not arguing for that claim.
So you agree that it's in character for her to use Biju bombs? Is that what you just said?
No, I'm saying it could be the case it is in character despite the
Okay, I don't
scans I've
care.
just
I don't
sent.
care about
That's
this
not
could
me
be, could
saying
not
it is
shit.
true.
That doesn't further the
Wait, that's
point
a
that I'm
mistrack?
making. At the end of the day, you are not I asked for clarification. How's it mistracking? If I'm
Okay,
asking
got
you
you.
to specify. Anyway, I'm gonna respond now. So, like the whole argument about this, like, oh well, it could be the case she's using Biju bombs in character, could not be the case if she's using Biju bomb, is completely irrelevant to the original argument that she was being controlled by Obito. That was a positive claim you were making. Hitchin's razor is the principle that all claims have to be justified or they will be
Oh
dismissed
shit.
without evidence. If you have no evidence, then they get dismissed without evidence. So I'm now going to apply Hitchin's razor to you. That claim is gone now. It's gone. That every part of that is gone. Now, the next part that I'm going to argue is that she specifically, not Yugito, the Five Tails specifically attacked Toby. That demonstrates that Toby is not controlling her in her avatar state. This is evidence to further the fact that when she does fire the Biju bomb in her full avatar state, she's probably doing it of her own action because she, like Obito, is provably not controlling the Biju when he gets attacked. There's nothing to suggest that Obito can control them, and there is evidence to suggest they act on their own actions. So now I am making the likelihood argument that she is likely firing the Biju bombs on her own volition. That's it.
Okay, firstly, you sound really confused. Secondly, you're trying to quibble off and weasel away from the original point, which is you making the assertion that she in character uses Biju bomb, which makes the necessary presupposition, by the way, and I don't need your fake laughs in the background to hide your insecurity, which presupposes that it is the
You
case.
might want to chill out,
that
buddy.
She
You might
actually,
want to chill the fuck out. I'm being cordial.
Relax.
Don't insult me
Relax.
again, or I'm gonna
All
fucking
right,
moderator-
yo,
Yo,
can you
listen,
guys
listen,
chill,
listen,
bro?
listen,
Let's
yeah,
not
the
get too
moderation is
crazy.
still
Let's
here.
not get too
The
crazy. I
moderation
don't.
is
I don't
still
want
here
to.
to mute your
I don't
bitch
want to
You
ass.
might
start
want to be
shit.
careful,
Just to
Apollo,
continue-
you little nerd
Come
fuck.
on,
Just to
chill,
continue.
chill,
So you
chill,
interrupted me because you're
chill.
scared.
You might want to
that
be
someone's saying-
careful.
Hold
You
on,
said you
mute
wanted
him.
a cordial,
Mute him.
bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, still mute Noodles. Yeah, anyways, because he's so scared they should have like Mike abuse or something because he's like bad on radical substance. I was just gonna say that your claim, which is that it is in character for these beach bombs, make the necessary presupposition that in these cases that I'm presenting the doubts to your original primary assertion, right? It is the
You
case
failed to present any
that
doubts
she
to my
was
assertion.
not
My
that
assertion,
she was
you actually
not being
provided
controlled.
evidence for my assertion.
Oh, someone is scared.
Can we not
of the
talk
actual
over each
argument
other?
here.
Look.
Yeah,
If
he's
y'all,
just
if
he's like
y'all,
an ape. I don't know why it's
the way the
acting
debate
like a
is gonna
super
go
gorilla.
now, I'm gonna mute people if they start talking over each other. It gets too crazy. So Noodles, I muted you. Just allow him to finish, and then we can proceed. So go ahead and give
Thank
your
you very
argument,
much,
Apollo.
moderator. It's good to have Alicia and the Silverback Gorilla from time to time. I was just gonna say really that your claim, which is that it is in character for her to use beach bombs, makes the presupposition that all cases, if not in most cases, where she used beach bombs, she's doing it of her own intention, which would obviously entail that in the scenarios I'm talking about here, she was not being controlled by Obito. Me making the claim that she was being controlled by Obito is for the intention of doubting the credibility of her claim instead of me defending an affirmative position. You still have the primary burden to prove that it is the case that she was actually in control in that specific case scenario. Now, you mentioned the Kakashi statement. Oh, we got the Kakashi statement. Well, guess what? Only thing Kakashi claimed is simply that it is the case that she was or he was struggling to control this beam. Doesn't mean that in all cases when they were using beach bombs, it is the case that they were not being controlled, nor does it mean that it is the case that he has no control whatsoever, because we see a consistent trend of Obito controlling these Jinchurikis from their base state going up. So this one instance does not defeat the consistent trend of this. So try again.
So yeah, I just gonna tell you to go on mute. I'm gonna let Noodles finish his thing. Go ahead, Noodles.
Okay. So yeah, just to respond to that, like he's talking about consistency and trends at the end there. I'll get to that in just a moment. But like I've already made two arguments to get past this whole thing. Like I first argued that the Biju in particular already have used actions against Obito's will and are acting of their own volition. That supports the trend idea that's trending towards my position that when they're full avatars, they can make their own actions, and they are making their own actions. There's no evidence on the other side that Obito is controlling him. He failed to justify that. So he failed to meet his burden of proof. So he loses this argument. I have the consistency here. If we have this in a form of a graph or a data set, I'm the only one with a data point on my side. He has zero evidence to suggest any of the claims that he made earlier that Obito was controlling them. So at that point, I have already justified that she probably uses Biju bombs in character, and you have failed to justify that Obito was controlling them. I also will argue that perfect Jinchuriki, part of becoming a perfect Jinchuriki is being able to use your full power of your Biju, and she says that she's going to use full power against Kakazu. If it's true that she's going to use her full power, then she is going to use her Biju bomb, because that is what you said earlier, her strongest attack. There's nothing in the whole fucking evidence pool that we have so far that suggests that she was firing these Biju bombs out of character, but there is evidence to suggest that these Biju bombs were acting on their own volition, and because of that, she is most probably going to use a Biju bomb against Kakazu. You also lost the fireball point. What's more likely, these characters that are moving at lightning speeds around the battlefield, shooting fireballs at the same mountain over and over and over and over again? That shit only destroyed a building. How many fireballs is it going to take before you destroy 2/3 or half of a mountain? There's no evidence to suggest that this half of a mountain would have been most probably destroyed by the fireball. If we have to make an argument using Sagan's standard in this case, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. If you say that this is done via fireball and you're shooting the fireball over and over and over and over again, I want to see that, because at the end of the day, Kakazu at the end of the fight was not damaged whatsoever against the fireball. Is Yugito a fucking dumb fuck? Is she stupid? Like, is she going to keep firing the same attack that Kakazu no-sold in base? Or are we going to continue to believe that she probably would have used her strongest jutsu? Because if it's the case that Kakazu is a physical-based fighter and stands there to fight the Jinchuriki and Biju, why the fuck would she not use a Biju bomb on him and just kill him? He was completely undamaged after the fight. The destruction level only has ever been shown to be that level of a BG bomb. That's the only time we've ever seen BG bombs been used. So it is most probably the case BG bombs did get used, and it's most probably the case that Kakazu is stronger and more durable than them. Every Akatsuki member has capacity to deal with Biju and BG bombs. Kakazu's in particular, his best attribute is his durability and diamond armor. That's why he's so hard to kill. So that's why Kakashi and Naruto had to bypass his durability. The entire narrative of the story is Kakazu being a super durable, strong fighter. So in order for him to literally go hand in hand with Biju and tank their other attacks, which supply consistency, that he's just able to no-sell and tank attacks. Tanking isn't no-selling, by the way. You misconstrued that earlier in the debate when you said that tanking is just simply taking no damage whatsoever. No, you can tank an attack while taking a little bit of damage. I'm not saying that tanking is no-selling an attack. That's the difference between those terms. I'm just saying that he's able to withstand BG bombs, no problem. That's the argument.
Okay, so are you done? Got you. So where do I even start? That was like a whole bunch of non-nutritional word salad. Now, first and foremost, you started off by straw man in my claim. Oh, really? Oh, you said that tanking means no damage. No, I never said this. Noodles. I said tanking an attack from a durability standpoint is indicative of either receiving no damage from an attack or not receiving any considerable or significant amount of damage. That's a disjunctive claim. That's not me saying that it entails tanking, or rather tanking an attack entails not getting any single damage from the attack. I never made this claim. So that's a straw man. It's just so hilarious how you accuse me of not tracking the debate, but then made such an obvious tracking blunder like this. Now, you talked about the idea of the probability of summoning like the fireballs and so forth. You ask questions like which one makes more sense, this or that. Asking questions, no, this is not proof or a claim, because questions are non-facts and proof is facts or supports a proposition. So that does not prove the probability of your interpretation. Just to be clear on this, because you're very obviously ignorant in argumentation theory. Now, to move on to another point you've mentioned, right? You talked about the idea of me specifically saying, or rather, you said that I have not shown any evidence that he's able to control them. I showed evidence. I showed instances of
Straw
him
man.
literally controlling them in the version 2 state.
Hate
Now, if you
track.
want to change this up, if you want to change this up, oh, look at this guy interrupting again
Straw
because he's
man.
getting
I didn't
blown the
say
fuck
that.
out. Oh, you're straw
Look,
man. Why are you
look.
interrupting me? You're
I server
interrupting me.
muted him. I muted
Yeah,
him.
got you.
Pablo
Yeah,
just
he's
finished, man.
just so apish. It's just so crazy. So, anyways, now if you want to change the claim or clarify that what you mean by I have not shown any evidence of them being controlled by Obito is me not showing evidence of me, or rather him controlling them in the Biju state. That's a different claim if you want to clarify that from now on. But again, you have not shown any evidence whatsoever which demonstrated that he's unable, he's completely unable to do such. Him struggling to do this action does not mean or raise the probability of him being unable to do such. For example, I can struggle to lift a particular dumbbell, but I can still lift it to some extent, right? There's several things in the world that people struggle to freaking do, and they're still able to do it. So that's retarded, right? That's really dumb. That's a leap in logic again, Noodles. So another thing you've said is regarding the full power point. You said that she was going to use full power. Now, we know that after she made this claim and she went into the Biju state, she did not start the battle by using full power insofar she did not start the battle by using her Biju bomb or any of that. So clearly it is the case that she making this assertion does not necessarily entail that she's going to use a Biju bomb. I would also want the evidence that it is the case that she's even able to use Biju bomb in that state when she's alive. I want the evidence of that claim. I think that it is something that she attained in the other state, possibly, instead of something that she actually had access to as an alive person when she's an alive Jinchuriki. I'll need evidence that she's a completely perfect Jinchuriki person, foremost, instead of just she mastering the Biju part to some extent. And the last but not least, I don't see, well, I've already went over this, but I don't see the argument you've given regarding the probabilistic assessment for it be more likely that she was spamming Biju bombs, or sorry, she was spamming fireballs. So run over that argument one more time, Noodles.
All right, I'm gonna unmute Noodles, and you can proceed with your argument.
Yeah, like I said, you strawmanned earlier. At the end of the day, if you're going to say that I can't track, maybe you should learn to track, little buddy. But yeah, the problem with your argument is that you don't actually have any evidence to suggest that Obito was controlling the Biju. I've already demonstrated that through your own scans that you posted that they can act of their own volition, which you didn't even contest the data set point, so you just lose that, I guess. But yeah, like at the end of the day, there's nothing to demonstrate that Kakazu or that Yugito in particular would spam fireballs in character. There is evidence in character character that she would fire a BG bomb. So I've already proven that. I don't understand how you didn't get that. Like you just misunderstood that. Like at the end of the day, there's just nothing to demonstrate that she's being controlled whatsoever in that situation. So she is just firing BG bombs. As for the perfect Jinchuriki thing you asked me to prove, perfect Jinchuriki is more of like a fan-made term. It's not something that is actually like in the series. Like I think there's like one statement that maybe is referenced, but I can't even remember where it comes from or where it's at or what it is. So I don't even know if it actually exists. Could be a mistranslation too. So I don't think that there's anything that actually demonstrates that like there is this quote unquote like standard for what constitutes a perfect Jinchuriki. What I refer to when I say a perfect Jinchuriki is someone that can go into their Biju avatar state. That is a perfect Jinchuriki. Killer B during the KCM1 Naruto training tells Naruto that he would need to befriend his Biju in order to transform into his avatar. Well, that's part of what made Naruto go from KCM1 to KCM2 was friending the Biju, right? So that means in order for her to transform into a Biju like she did against Kakazu, like she does against the War Arc, that means she had to have made friends with her Biju. It's stated that she mastered her Biju's power at a young age and gained the respect of her peers. In order for a Jinchuriki to gain the respect of their peers, they would have to master the Biju and have their Biju under control, because the one thing that makes everyone wary of Biju and Jinchuriki specifically is the fact that they could just ape out at any time, go full avatar state, and start destroying everything and kill people, right? That's why they have to gain the trust of them through learning to control their Biju. It's the same statements made about B when he learned to control his in the manga as well. So that shows that these characters are in fact perfect Jinchuriki. Yukito saying that she used her full power isn't necessarily in reference to the very beginning of the fight. I don't know why she would have to use her full power right in that moment. She doesn't have to use her full power right in that moment. She can use her full power at the end of the fight. At the end of the day, when she says, I'm going to go in full power, she doesn't wait to go into version 2 state. She doesn't try any jutsu in base. She goes straight to her Biju avatar and starts trying to beat down Kakazu and Hidan. She intentionally led them away from the village. That way she wouldn't have to worry about collateral damage. All of these things imply that she's going to use Biju bombs and use her full destructive capacity, because at the end of the day, the fireball only destroyed a building. Can you mathematically show me how many times she would need to fire that fireball to hit the mountain? How many times would she have to do that to destroy that much of the mountain? Is she going to hit that same mountain that many fucking times? Is she going to even be able to do that, considering Kakazu is physically stronger than her and they only need a single drop of blood to kill her? They only need a single drop of blood to kill her. He just needs to give it to Hidan. At that point, it is most likely she fired one Biju bomb instead of, at least 50 fireballs. So, yeah, that's it, by the way. That's all I got for now. Continue.
And if y'all want to, y'all can go to
Okay,
conclusions
so I'm
really
gonna
quickly
respond now. So
after your
yeah,
response.
the retard said, can you mathematically show da? This guy just saying words at this point. This guy doesn't have a
Are you
clue
confused,
what he's
retard?
talking about. Number one.
Calking. It's called
Anyways, look at this
calking,
guy just
dumbass.
crying again.
Destructive
So
capacity.
anyways, look at him interrupting, cry baby much. Anyways, so just to be clear, that was just a non-point. That was not tangential related. Sorry to your original claim regarding whether or not it is unlikely for her to be spamming fireballs. Just to be clear on that. Now, you mentioned another non-point. You said that there's proof of them being able to act of their own volition. Now, there being proof for them being able to act of their own volition is not proof or evidence or justification for Obito being unable to control them. That's the leap in logic. It is the case that these two propositions are compatible. It is still the case that they can act of their own volition, and that volition ability that they have can still be nerfed or impacted or manipulated in some sense by Obito. That's another specific possibility. You are not able to refute, and you have not shown any means of being able to refute thus far in this conversation. Now, you talked about the idea of she being able to, use Biju bombs and how she befriended the Jinchuriki, or sorry, the Bijus, I should say. That's not really evidence to this, because guess what? When we see Naruto, when he befriended Kurama originally, right, he struggled to use the case in two form, and so far as he could have only used it for a particular period of time. So befriending the Biju does not mean you have full control or mastery over the Biju. I don't think Yugito is as powerful as Naruto or as talented as Naruto. Even if she has befriended this Biju for years, I don't see why it would be the case that automatically pushes any of us to grant the idea that she has the ability to summon Biju bombs. Now, another thing you've mentioned is you kind of talked about the idea of it being the case that, I have not shown any sort of reasons to support the claim that he is able to control these bijus. But again, you've yet to actually understand and comprehend the basic facts, which is that the primary burden falls on you to prove your assertion, which is that it is in character for her to use biju bombs, which necessarily presupposes that in all cases, or in most cases where she's using biju bombs, she's doing it of her own full intention, which you have not demonstrated time and time and time again. So I'm going to give you a fourth opportunity to know this. Prove your claim.
All right, so I'm gonna unmute Noodles now. You can go ahead.
The first claim I'm going to address is that you said I don't think Yugito is as talented as Naruto. That's a baseless assumption. Get that shit out of here. You have no idea how talented Yugito is. Him being as powerful as the Nine Tails in Naruto, of course not. And the Nine Tails has way more chakra than her. But in terms of talent, you are baselessly assuming the fact that she's less talented than Naruto. You did make that claim. I have it on recording. If you try to lie about it, I'll embarrass you again. But yeah, no, Yugito is completely talentful. She's able to master her Biju. You said, well, Naruto didn't master KCM2 when he first used it. You're right. He was only able to use it for a short time. Yugito has mastered her Biju's power. That is stated on panel in the third data book. That is a direct statement. That's not up for debate. That is what's shown. She has mastered her Biju's power. There's even another scan that I know of that also demonstrates that she has mastered her Biju. There's multiple things that suggest she's able to control her Biju. Being able to go into the avatar state, Killer Bee's statement that you need to befriend your Biju in order to go into the avatar state, and also the statements that of her being able to master her Biju. She is absolutely mastered her Biju. And by the way, the hardest technique for a Biju to learn is the Biju bomb. So in order for her to master her Biju's power or whatever, she has to what? Learn how to fire a Biju bomb. That's what's part of mastering the Biju's power. In order to master or max out the stat block in this situation, she would have to be able to use their strongest attack, the Biju bomb. And that means she did it of her own volition. So yeah, she definitely did it in that situation when she was training and learning to master her Biju power. And I've also provided evidence of the fact that they act on their own volition. You being skeptical of the claim that maybe Obito is somewhat impacting them is a shift of the burden of proof, because you're changing the standard by which you originally claimed that he in fact was controlling the Biju in their full Biju avatar state. That was the original burden. So you're changing your standard and shifting the goalpost. So at the end of the day, you have to show me some level of evidence that this Biju bomb is being fired under Obito's control or being impacted under Obito's control, because what I have demonstrated does suggest that the Biju are in control. They are able to attack Obito at will, and they are just fighting the other Jinchuriki. There is nothing in the whole fucking manga that shows this. That means the narrative is indicating that they can, in fact, act on their own volition, which makes it more probable that they're acting on their own volition when they are fighting. I also gave the statement that she is using her Biju's power, not Obito's. There's just zero things that suggest Obito is actually wasting his chakra on controlling the Biju. In fact, there's even a statement from Obito himself that directly says, I will not use my chakra on Rinnegan abilities. He says that. Is the Rinnegan ability to control the Biju a Rinnegan ability? Of course. Yes, it is. That means he's not wasting any chakra on controlling them whatsoever. He is literally just fucking walking around and they're fighting. He summoned them and they are acting on their own volition. There is zero evidence to the contrary, and there is evidence that they can attack. So at the end of the day, I do think Yugito used her Biju bomb. Kakazu is stated stronger than her. His capacity as a ninja and Akatsuki member is most emphatically known for his durability. So because of these factors, he is probably tanking Biju bombs. And there's nothing to suggest that the Biju can kill him. He's not a speedster. He is a fucking tank that walks forward and throws hands like a goddamn monster. So if he does that, that's the way he fights. Why can't the Biju just Biju bomb him and kill him? If he can withstand the Biju bomb and continue to fight afterwards, then he can withstand, or in this case, tank the Biju bombs. He wasn't even damaged after that. And the whole like fireball point that I'm demonstrating is that I'm saying it is less likely she fired 10,000 fireballs at the mountain rather than one Biju bomb. There's nothing that suggests how many fireballs it would take to destroy that mountain. That's why I asked you to mathematically demonstrate that earlier. Because if she's only destroying a building with her fucking fireball, that's all she's fucking destroying, then it is going to take an absurd amount of fireballs to destroy that much of a fucking mountain. Do you know the difference between the size of a mountain and a fucking building? It's insane. It's a massive fucking difference. So I need some kind of evidence that she fired. How many Biju or how many fireballs did she fire? I need some kind of evidence to suggest that it would be more likely in reference to Occam's razor, whether or not this is the most probable solution to the issue. Because I think it's way more probable that she just fired one BG bomb than 10,000 fireballs or however many fireballs it's going to be. It doesn't even make sense for her to use fireballs in a tactician sense because she is capable of firing BG bombs. It doesn't even make sense. He's tanking fireballs to her face. She saw him tank a fireball, like completely no-sell it too. That fireball didn't even damage his clothing at the end. He had no cuts on him, no bruises, completely perfectly fine. And they only need to get a singular drop of blood in that fight to win. So that means she probably doesn't even have the fucking time to deal with this. She probably doesn't have the time to fire 10,000 fireballs at the fucking mountain. It is way more probable of a solution, and via Occam's razor, that she fired a fucking BG bomb in that situation. So, yeah, I think that in this case, Yugito is specifically firing BG bombs at Kakazu. Kakazu is stronger than BG bombs. He is capable of withstanding them, and Pain simply has no durability on this level to tank it, so he's going to die. Or damage Kakazu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you can go ahead, Apollo. And if you can, Noodles, I'll appreciate if you like manually mute yourself so I don't have to. But
Yeah, so did that bug out or something?
no, you're good. We didn't hear you when you were talking, so if you can just start from the top of your argument, you can.
Yeah, I was just saying it's just a long episode of jibber jabbering from Noodles, really. I mean, where should I start? You said that I made the claim that Yugito is not as talented as Naruto, and I would need to prove this, and they can go on the record it and then, embarrass me again. Noodles, I said I don't think she's as talented. Not that it is true that she's not as talented. I precogged that to pull some rat shit like that, which is why I specified I don't think. So I have no burden to demonstrate that it is true because I cannot think something without having to prove the thing I do not believe to be true. You dumb retard. That's number one. Number two is you talked about always talking about the idea of I'll not be using and we're not gonna build this, and so that means that yeah, he was not controlling them. That's retarded. That was a low-IQ point on this. Oh my god, I don't know where I should start on this one too. We know for a fact that they were using the Rinnegan ability when they're able to use the linked perceptual ability, the linked perceptual faculty to actually react to attacks from Killer Bee from behind, for instance. So clearly, to some extent, Obito is using the Rinnegan abilities. In that specific context, what they were talking about there was the idea of him not using the pats, like the Shinra Tensei, those abilities, like Pain used against Naruto in the Pain arc. That's the abilities he's talking about, not all abilities in context. That's not what he means there, obviously, because we've seen and time again use Rinnegan abilities to control them. Like him controlling them is a form of Rinnegan ability. It's the seventh path, actually. I forgot the specific name for it. I can get the name. That's the Rinnegan ability. So you're wrong on this note. That's demonstrably incorrect. And another thing which is demonstrably incorrect is you saying there's no evidence of him being able to control the beaches. I just scrolled through the chapter actually, and there actually is evidence. We see right here in this chapter. Let me just get the freaking scans real quickly. Give me 1 second. Thought they were saved. That's weird. There are scans where he actually powers them up to shoot BG bombs at them. Where are the freaking scans? Just had them saved a while ago. That's so weird. I'll get the scans and then I'll continue talking. Give me 1 second.
What
Put some
scan do you
hasty
need?
justification.
Maybe me and
Yeah,
Noodles
it's
can
just so
help you.
weird. I literally had the scans on me a while ago, and then for some reason I can't find it in my gallery.
You
That's
tell me the
so
scene,
weird.
I might
I'll
accept
just
it if
forward
there's
them
like
to
a
be
specific
honest.
scene.
Yeah,
Yeah,
describe the
hold on.
scene you're referring to.
Describe the scene, yeah.
They're even sent in the chat too. Luckily enough, someone sent it in the chat. That's one scan. Film the other scan. Trying to get, and then he powers them right there.
Can you show these power?
My more, because that's clear, conspicuous evidence beyond a reasonable doubt, which proves the claim that I made.
Hold
or rather,
on, you
the
lagged for
claim
like 5
that
minutes,
possible
bro.
to be
Repeat,
possible,
repeat.
and the
You
claim
lagged,
did
you
not.
lagged, you lagged, you lagged, you lagged,
Hold
you
on,
lagged.
hold on. Everybody, Apollo, you were lagging. Nobody heard your argument, so just
I
start
was
it from the
lagging the
top again.
entire time.
Yeah, you were.
Seriously? That's
Yes, yes,
crazy.
yes, yes.
Where was I picking up,
You're
man? Like,
still kind
where
of,
was
you're
I
still
lagging?
kind of lagging
job.
right now. You
See,
might want
I
to
don't know.
reset your
I'll
device.
just leave the stage and come back. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, reset. Okay. I thought it was just me. I had to leave stage myself. The fuck is Sir Will doing up here? You giving a halftime report, nigga? We lucky do need a halftime, bro. Everybody getting burnt out.
Should we do a halftime?
We low-key should, bro, but I don't know. We need an entertainer. We need fucking somebody to come up here and do a
Bro,
song. Where's Dead
let's
Boy
do
and
it.
shit?
Let's see who we got. All right, whoever wants to be in the halftime show, type in chat. Type in chat.
People sending scans in chat too, kind of a little bit toxic,
Type
bro.
type your
A little bit
talents.
petty.
Type your
Show,
talents
the
in
audience
chat.
literally putting my hand up. What are you talking about? But anyways, yeah. But I was just gonna say, am I still bugging? Still bugging, guys?
You're
We
fine.
No,
good?
You're
you're
fine.
good.
No.
Okay, got you. Good. I was just gonna say that I've shown scans which demonstrates the negation towards what you're saying, Noodles, which is that they're not able, or rather, Obito, to be more specific, is not able to control the Bijus. We see right here, Obito says in the top panel, and he's talking about Naruto, by the way. He says, he exceeded my expectations. I'll have to go after him like I mean to kill. Then we see afterwards, subsequently, they power up a combined Biju bomb to defeat Naruto. So to make the assertion that he has no control whatsoever over the Bijus and cannot control them, that's completely false. And if you don't think this is evidence, I don't know what evidence is anymore, honestly. You talked about the Occam's razor point to, I guess, raise the probability of your interpretation. I don't know if you know what Occam's razor is, but Occam's razor would not support your point right there, because Occam's razor is talking about explanations with more entities being less
The simplest
likely, and
solution.
we're not. Pardon?
The
Am
simplest
I still
solution
bugging?
is the most probable solution. That's Occam's
Yeah,
razor.
you understand that it is by code saying that entities should not be multiplied beyond necessity. That's Occam's razor verbatim. The
So
simplicity
what's
account right
simpler? Is
there.
more
Yeah, the
10,000 fireballs at
simplicity
one
account.
mountain or one BG
Notice,
bomb?
notice, notice, notice. Stop talking.
What's
The
simpler?
simplicity account you're talking about there is regarding Occam's razor. Occam's razor references the ontological account of simplicity. What you're talking about here is the
What's the
statistical account.
ontological form of simplicity?
It references, it determines simplicity of an explanation based off the
All
amount of
right,
entities being
prove that's what
postulated.
Occam's
But
razor
that's,
is.
oh yeah, got you. That's pretty easy. That's so easy. Hold on, give me 1 second.
The ontological form of simplicity specifically is being used in that context. That's what I want proof of.
I don't know why you'd even try to debate me on this point. Like, you don't know about this stuff.
I'm just
Hold on.
asking you to prove it because I just don't think that's necessarily what the case.
We getting prime noodles again.
Yeah,
From the
here we
Astros
go.
debate.
I got the scan, or I guess you could say the screenshot. Dude. Yeah, here we go, Noodles. Thank me for the lesson later on. So it's just talking about entities. It's in VC justification. Set of elements talking
No,
about
look.
the objects postulated by an object or by a theory. And it says it is frequently cited as, and it gives the Latin, then it translates it to like entities must not be multiplied beyond necessity. So yeah.
Okay, so the smallest set of elements. What do you think it means by elements?
It clarifies it later.
I'm just asking you what you think it means by elephant or elements.
Entities,
Elephants.
like objects, like things being postulated by a given
So
theory.
the
Theory, yeah.
smallest number of things, yeah. So
The
in
smallest
this
number of
case,
things is not the same. Yeah, things, by things they're talking about the objects, not propositions or assumptions.
well, in this case, the
So
fireball is the object. So I'm
notice,
saying
it
that,
doesn't
like,
matter. Notice,
listen,
it
listen,
doesn't matter.
listen. The
Look,
point I'm making
notice, wait,
is
could I
that
finish? Notice,
because
could I
there is
finish?
a fuck ton more.
Hold
Notice,
on,
could I?
hold on. I will say
Notice, could
Apollo
I finish?
wasn't
I was
knee
gonna
deep
be
into his
chatting to notice.
response.
Notice,
So,
it's cool.
yeah.
Even if you're wrong at this point, it doesn't hurt your position at all. I know what you mean by outcomes raised insofar as what you're talking, what you mean to talk about there is statistical parsimony, not ontological parsimony. That's fine. I'm not going to hold you accountable to this wrong point. That's fine. That's okay. I think you're talking about assumptions and the idea that my view makes more assumptions. That's fine. I'm going to be charitable and interpret your view to be this because that's what you mean, even though you technically speak and use the term incorrectly. Now, to respond to what you mean by this, because I'm a charitable debater, I would need the evidence for why there's more assumptions baked into my hypothesis or interpretation than yours. And also, I do not believe that me saying that she spammed the fireballs means that it is the case that it is true that, let's say, she had to spam 10,000 fireballs. It could be the case she had more powerful fireballs in her arsenal. And after that one fireball she actually used on panel, she fired a much more powerful fireball afterwards. So these possibilities, Noodles, that you agree would exist, by the way, completely undermines the credibility and the probability of your interpretation here.
All right, now let me unmute Noodles, and you can go ahead.
All right. Yeah. So basically, no, you can't prove that. You can't just say that it's a possibility she has a higher fireball. What shows that this is like a reasonable possibility? You know, there's nothing that shows that. There's zero evidence to suggest that she can make a higher, like a higher form of fireball. If anything, she wouldn't want to use a higher form of a fireball because she saw that the weaker one worked or didn't work. So why would she want to use the same jutsu just amped up? At the end of the day, Kakazu is not going to fucking sit there and just keep tanking fireballs. He's going to continually, eventually, fucking get the blood drop. So all he needs to do is get one single fucking attack off. If she doesn't see that the fireball works, she's not going to continually amp up the fireball. There's nothing that even suggests that she can amp up the fireball. You said that I would agree that this is a possibility. No, I don't agree that it's a possibility because there's no evidence that it's a possibility. There's no evidence to suggest it's a possibility. So you would have to demonstrate evidence that she actually can make a stronger fireball. It's kind of like saying Sasuke's got a stronger fireball. There's nothing to suggest his great fireball jutsu in part 1 when he uses it against the two demon brothers that he can just make it stronger after that. And yeah, at the end of the day, I've already made several probabilistic arguments for why she's probably using the BG bomb, but I do agree with you that you are making more assumptions. You're saying that these fireballs that can destroy this level of fucking mountain, like she can just create one fireball that can destroy the same amount as a BG bomb, that would just demonstrate that it's as powerful as the BG bomb. Because similar to the BG bombs, the fireballs in Naruto also vaporize things. So if she's vaporizing something with the destructive capacity of a BG bomb and it's destroying the same things, that is how you measure attack potency. So if she's amplifying these things with her full power, like I've already demonstrated earlier in the debate, and it's destroying a similar thing, then that shows that they're of equal attack potency. So that means that Kakazu is, in fact, tanking an attack that's on the same level as a Biju bomb. So, yeah, I don't think that there's anything to suggest that Kakazu is below the Biju in any facet. He has to be able to withstand these Biju bombs, or else the Biju would kill him. He's not a speedster. He's a durability-based fighter. This is what the narrative supports. And I also think that Kakazu, in this case, is just beating the fuck out of them, and that's way stronger than anything Pain has ever did. He's never even beat a Biju on panel. He failed to control the Nine Tails of Naruto, not even the full Nine Tails when it came out of the Chibaku Tensei, whereas Kakazu did capture Yugito and beat Yugito. So there's just no evidence to suggest Pain is on this level. I'm kind of getting tired of going over my scaling and just repeating the same fucking arguments over and over again. I guess I'll just mention the fucking Occam's razor point one more time. If it's the case that you can't demonstrate that it is a possibility she can create a stronger fireball, then I want evidence to suggest that these 4,000 fireballs that she fired at this mountain, each one of those is an assumption. Every single one of those would count as an assumption. You would have to say that every single fireball she's firing is an assumption. It's a claim. So I will take my one assumption that she fired a fireball over your 4,000 assumptions that she fired 4,000 fireballs, or whatever number of fireballs it would take to destroy that mountain. This is all in the case that you can't demonstrate that it's a possibility that she can create a stronger fireball. Beyond that, I want to get to your Pain scaling next. Where do you scale Pain? Continue.
Yeah, I was just about to
So
say
there's some
Apollo.
addressables I need to make clear here. So
Mm.
you said you take your one assumption that she fired one fireball over my assumption that she fired 4,000 fireballs.
Awesome.
Let's say I was making that affirmation, by the way, which I'm not, by the way. You're also making the assumption that she did not fire 4,000 fireballs. So for any specific assertion that I'd be making of she like firing a fireball, for example, you'd be assuming the negation that this did not happen. So that's not even sure. To talk about something else, you said you don't agree it's a possibility. That's actually ridiculous to actually even disagree with. There's evidence for it being a possibility. It's theoretically possible. It's logically possible. It's physically possible, and
Based
it
on
doesn't
what, though?
contradict any of the rules of. Hold on there a second. It doesn't contradict any of the rules of how chakra works in Naruto, or any of the rules of Naruto fiction verse for her to actually amplify her fireball. So yes, it is possible given several systems of modalities. So for it to even
What
make
are the
limit, it is
rules that
not
you're saying that it
possible.
doesn't
Hold on.
contradict?
I just told you the rules. I just said to you specifically, given how chakra is being shown to function in Naruto, she being able
What
to
rules?
amplify her technique. The rules I specifically talked about the functions of chakra, not Shaken. So she being able to enhance her technique does not
Show that
contradict.
she can enhance her
Hold on
technique,
there a
though.
second. Hold on. I'm still talking. I'm still talking. We see, for instance, that Naruto is able to enhance his Kurama power by entering a stronger state from KCM1 to KCM2, for instance, right? So we know for a fact that characters can, in fact, enhance their techniques, their abilities, their ninjutsus. So it is possible for her to be able to enhance her technique, which in this case will be the fireball, given what you've seen in the series in the plethora of instances of characters enhancing their abilities. So given the fictional verse of what we see here on panel or across all the panels in Naruto, it is definitely possible. If you're talking, if you're going to be speaking philosophically, it's logically possible. If we're going to be speaking from the perspective of like some other specific modal scope, it is definitely possible. And you've not addressed the scans I've sent in the VC justification part, by the way, whereas I've shown an instance of Obito literally ordering or rather shown an instance indicating that he has some level of control over the Bijus by showing his killing intent and stop holding it back against Naruto, and then we see the Bijus proceeded to subsequently power up a combined Biju bomb to attack Naruto, which is a strong indication of him being able to control them. You have not addressed this. I don't know if you advertently or inadvertently dodged that specific scan because you know you have no form of opposition or rebuttal towards that point, but I've given that proof which demonstrates the incorrectness of your original assertion, which is that he's unable to actually control them in the Biju state in any way whatsoever. So yeah, that's just that you wrongly applied the Occam's razor point. I pointed out that you'd also be making the assumptions that the 4,000 Biju bomb thing did not happen, which would be 4,000 assumptions, which negates those assumptions. So it would actually be the same amount if you look at things from that perspective. And so you're not actually demonstrating that your position is more likely or simpler. You're just rambling right now.
All right, so just to address the scans, no, I just forgot to address them. Yeah, the first scan doesn't demonstrate that Obito's controlling the BG whatsoever. It just shows him putting up a hand sign. The hand sign doesn't have to be in correlation to the BG bomb. You're assuming that. Second thing, he says, "You can't divide me, my precious BG. You two possess. I shall take them now." That thing. He's just talking about taking Naruto's Biju and B's Biju there. He's like saying that these are my Biju. I'm gonna take them for the infinite Tsukiyome. Nothing in that shows he's controlling them either. Just putting up a hand sign doesn't mean shit. He fights Naruto and Kakashi and Guy right after the Biju fight. So him saying this could be in reference to the future easily. He's still gonna fight them and try against them to go at them with killing intent. What actually correlates the hand sign or like his statement to them using the Biju bomb? There's nothing that does. You're completely baselessly assuming that. Your scans don't demonstrate your point whatsoever. As for like the logical possibility point, what is the logical possibility that they can do this? What logical possibility can you apply to this fictional like energy system that you're saying the rules don't contradict? Yes, you said that you can amplify your power by going into a higher transformation. That sure you can do that, but that she's already in her highest level of transformation. She's already in her avatar state. So no, she's not amplifying her power any more than that. She says she's going to use her full power against Kakazu, and I guess that means it's the fireball. So at the end of the day, if she fires the fireball in the very beginning of the fucking fight, then that shows that she's using her full power in the fireball in that moment, most probably. So yeah, I don't think that there's anything to suggest that she's holding back the fireball. There's nothing that suggests it's even a possibility that she is doing this. There's nothing that shows she can possibly amplify her fireball to any greater extent. That is completely an assumption. Jutsu have a specific capacity of what they're able to do. Like the clone jutsu, for instance, you have to have a certain level of chakra control and a certain level of chakra to make clones, right? Can you amplify the clone technique just by putting more chakra into it? No, actually, you can't, because when Naruto's problem with the clone jutsu in the beginning and why he was so successfully able to use the shadow clone jutsu in literally episode 1 is because he had too much chakra. So he would put too much chakra into the clone jutsu. That's why he was able to summon the multi-shadow clone jutsu much easier, because he was able to control, he didn't have to control the massive pool of chakra he had into a finer point. So if that's the case and jutsu work as they have these preset standards of chakra, chakra that they need to be able to use the jutsu. What suggests that you can put more chakra into them to amplify them up in this case, and specifically in the Fireball's case? There's nothing that suggests that. I don't know what other forms of possibilities you said. I can't remember the exact verbiage, but I want evidence of those, that these are like logical possibilities or whatever the other form of possibility is. I want some evidence of this. But yeah, besides that, I still want a pain argument. I want a fucking pain argument because this is Kakazu versus Pain, not just Kakazu. So moderator, let's get to the pain argument real fucking
I was gonna
soon.
say I'm gonna let Apollo give his
Uh-oh,
final
wait, hold
response.
on a
and then
second.
we
Wait,
can
wait,
move
no,
on to the
Nah,
pain
shut the
argument.
fuck up,
Squirming away
bitch.
right
Shut
now.
the fuck up, bitch.
He's squirming away.
You let the
No, he's
moderator
squirming
talk.
away.
You wanted a moderator. I let it happen.
Dude.
Talk.
All right, yeah. So Apollo, I want you to give your final response, and then we're gonna
Okay.
move on to the pain scaling. It's been going on for long enough, but you can go ahead.
So anyway, I'm just gonna respond to what he just said a while ago because he's just running away from the points he made a while ago. So he said that he doesn't see any reason as to why the hand signs does not indicate control. We literally see, you dumb retard. We see that Madara used the hand sign prior to controlling Kurama. When he literally cast Kurama under the Genjutsu with the Sharingan, he put his hand sign up first, then he controlled Kurama.
That's how you
We see a
activate your
consistent
chakra, you
trend.
dumb fuck. That's all jutsu. That's all jutsu. That doesn't.
Noodles, stop talking, Noodles. Stop talking. Stop
All
talking, bitch
right,
boy.
go
I'm
ahead,
so sick.
Apollo.
Now, anyways, we see a correlation. We see a correlation between hand signs. We see a correlation between hand signs and control of a character. In this case, we see a correlation between the hand sign being implemented, just followed up by a character controlling a Biju, and that's happened in the moderate case. So why should anyone believe this should be an exception? This is just so weird for they assert this to be some special exception. Now you talked about the idea that you don't remember the exact verbiage of all the possibilities I've mentioned. I expected you to not mention. You're dumb as shit, Noodles. You have a short-term memory loss. You have the goldfish brain, dog. So I'm going to remind you what I just said. I talked about logical possibilities, theoretical possibilities, physical possibilities, and possibilities as it pertains to the information in the series. Now, all you've given is instances of restrictions and limitations in Naruto. That does not serve as evidence against it being logically possible for her to enhance her ability, which it is logically possible, by the way, because what do you mean by something being logically possible? Is there not mean a logical contradiction in something happening? There's no direct logical contradiction in that event happening, so it stands the reason to show that it is logically possible. So you have not refuted the logical possibility point, you've not refuted the scans part, and so you've just lost this overall point, and it can get onto my pain scale actually. Well, you haven't even shown any evidence as to why Kakazu beats pain, because that doesn't even prove anything. So yeah, I'm done talking.
All right, so I'm gonna unmute Noodles. And Noodles, are you fine with going on to the pain scaling, or do you
Yeah,
want to?
I'll go on to the pain scaling. So he just said he doesn't have any evidence for pain, basically just saying he doesn't have any argument for pain, so he can't demonstrate pain beats Kakazu. Here's a really simple argument that doesn't require the BG whatsoever. Kakazu was able to stalemate two of Kakashi's Raikiri. The Raikiri was going to kill the Deva path, and it killed the Ashura path. I think that's the Ashura path. It's the robot path, that one. So that demonstrates Kakazu has double the power necessary with his jutsu to just kill a path of pain outright. There you go, bud. He one-shots them.
Apollo, are you here?
Are you done?
No, I
Yeah.
think he's not.
I was like AFK for a second. Could you repeat the last sentence?
I said what shows that no, I didn't say that. I said that Kakazu has the capacity to one-shot the pads of pain because he uses a jutsu that stalemates two of Kakashi's Raikiri. The Raikiri is capable of one-shotting pads of pains, including the Deva path. It did on
And
panel
someone else
effect.
is speaking to me, by the way. Sorry about that.
I'm not
Some
repeating it
kid
again.
was speaking to me. Yeah, just repeat it one more time.
Oh my god, bro. Raikiri beat pain. Kakazu stalemate 2 Raikiri. Jutsu mean beat pain.
He got pierced by Raikyu.
I'm not talking about his durability. I'm talking about his jutsu.
Apollo's at a Jamaican cookout, bro.
Wait, sorry, it's
Give him
like there
some
are like a
time.
bunch of people talking. Yeah, so you said his jutsu still made it, the Raikiri, which jutsu you're
Two of
talking
them.
about?
When he uses the false darkness and stalemates them. It's stated in the data book that when two jutsu have equal chakra put into the attack, they will stalemate. In the instance that they show is when Kakashi and
How does this prove
Kakazu
that
clash
Kakazu
their
is
lightning
stronger than
style.
Pain?
Huh?
How does this prove that Kakazu is
This
stronger
shows
than
that
Pain?
he can one-shot the pads of pains with his jutsu.
You think the Raikiri is able to one-shot all the paths of Pain?
Yes, he literally killed the path of pain and was about to kill the Deva path. They're not durable.
Wait,
They have
hold
no
on a
durability
second. How
feats.
do you know that Deva Pie would have gone one-shotted?
Because Pain specifically makes that path
I'm
jump in
coming.
front of the Deva path to save him.
I'm debating for money, by the way, so that's why.
He literally made that path jump in front of him to save the Deva.
Yeah, I was like talking to someone a while ago. So I was just talking about the idea of whether or not it is the case that the Deva Pie would have gone one-shotted, right? The Ashura path actually did not get one-shotted by the Raikiri.
He died right after. He like lives for a little bit, then he
Oh,
dies.
he didn't.
Yes, he did. You don't remember?
He was alive to see Kakashi use Kamui ability.
Him being alive for a little bit after doesn't mean he didn't die.
He didn't die
He did
right
die.
after.
I didn't say he died right after. I said he
You said
died.
he did.
I didn't. No, I said he died right after he like saw the Kamui or whatever. Regardless, he did die.
No, he
did
never said
die.
he
On
died
panel,
right
he died.
after he saw
Doesn't
the
matter
Kamui, so he
when. He
died
died
right
due
after
to the
without
damage that the
specifying.
Raikiri caused. Who gives a fuck about the semantics of it? He died right
Okay, so
after
now
the
you're changing
Raikiri
up your
killed him.
claims right now. That's crazy. You
I'm not changing any claim. I'm proving that he died after the Raikiri hit him. He did.
said he died right after, which is not true. He literally fired off a
Right
missile
after does not
that happened.
specify a specific
After he
time
got
frame.
stabbed by the Raikiri, he fired a
After,
missile.
bro, he died afterwards. Who cares about right after? After doesn't matter.
He got one shot. That's not true. He was able to use a technique after him getting.
Hey bud,
Raikiri
if he only got hit by one attack and he died, that's getting one shot, retard.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is, because you only used one attack. That means he used one shot, fucking idiot. Okay, bro. I'm gonna keep going too. Kakazu also
Just give me
has
5 minutes.
Oh my god, I'm not wasting my time waiting for you to fucking stop every 3 seconds, bitch. He got one shot. He died on panel. Died due to Raikiri. Kakazu has attacks that are just absolutely definitively stronger.
That thinks you lost. What do you have to say for everyone that thinks you lost?
Bruh,
They're not listening. Even if
Get
they
off
think I
stage,
lost,
Zinni.
even if they think I lost, I still got paid. So I don't really care. It's
All
the
right,
end of the
look.
day.
So since we're waiting here, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
just to wrap this up real quick. Let me just like wrap up the points real quickly. So
Address
Noodles,
the
just
one-shot
respond to a
shit,
couple of things
retard.
I've been. Yeah, Noodles, stop talking. Mute him.
Address the
Anyways,
one-shot shit.
respond to what Noodles
Okay,
is
you
saying.
conceded
Mute
then.
moderation, please. Moderation.
Yeah, you can go
Yeah,
ahead.
so
Apollo.
anyways, you said that it is the case he got one-shotted, right? So for one, you have to prove he got one-shotted when he's at full power. The Oshipod is severely damaged prior to even receiving the Raikiri, so we don't even know if that's his top durability, firstly. Secondly, by one-shotted, that's not even true, because we can also interpret it to be the case that the missile he fired off afterwards had some level of impact on him dying, instead of the Raikiri in isolation, because the missile takes amount of chakra which could actually be detached, or it could say detracted from his body. And we know that a certain amount of chakra, if lost, could actually result in the death of a specific body or ninja. So that could also play a role and factor in what we're talking about here. So nothing you've said demonstrated that the Raikiri is able to actually defeat a path of pain with just one specific shot. That's not true. You have not shown that. You tried switching up on your claim by saying you did not. Oh, I didn't say that he got one shot or he died right after. You did say this, and when I pointed out that he did not die right after, and he's done multiple stuff since the Raikiri, like him witnessing Kakashi using the Kamui ability and him trying to attack Choji, you then switched up your assertion because it's getting debunked on the spot. So you're wrong on that claim, and you've not debunked any of the other points I mentioned previously. So yeah, we can add to my part.
All right, so Noodles, do you want to continue
Yeah,
to
I'm gonna
respond to
respond.
this? Or you-
I'm gonna respond.
Okay,
Yeah,
go
he
ahead.
said that the Ashra path was damaged. I want evidence of that. Secondly, he still jumped in front of the Deva path, who was undamaged. So what shows that he's not at full power in this case, and what shows that him using chakra suddenly lowers his durability or whatever? What demonstrates that? Because I don't think that his durability is necessarily changed whatsoever. So I want evidence of this. I want to do a back and forth. But I guess I
yeah,
can't get
I'm gonna
one.
let y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go back and forth instead of muting y'all. I hate doing that anyway. But Apollo,
Yeah,
are you
it's
here?
the talking stick shit. It's
Yeah,
annoying.
so I'm gonna send the scans real quickly, and the back and forth stuff, because when the loud mic, someone that's gonna really work.
Hey, bud, it's not just a loud mic. At the end of the day, I just want to have a normal conversation. It's that kind of situation. If you be normal and act normal, I'll be normal.
Okay, we
and
can
act
have a normal
If you spurk,
conversation.
if you spurg out though, then I'm gonna spurg. You know what I mean? That's how it works.
Okay.
So we can just debate normally, right? That's
Yeah, but
perfectly fine.
if y'all start spurging too much to where you
Yeah,
can't
Noodles,
understand
I'm
your
just gonna get the
arguments on
scan
mute.
of the Oshipad being damaged previous to what we were talking about. Okay.
What are you even referring to when he's damaged? Like what damaged him?
Like he got slammed by Choji or his dad, something like that.
Even
Y'all
then,
want
I
me to
don't
get
think
this
that
one?
necessarily would damage him. Him just getting thrown down.
I was asking you to prove that he was at this top level of durability in that instance, so you'd have to prove he did not get damaged by
The
those
fact
previous
that he was
attacks.
jumping in front of the Deva path who hadn't taken damage at that point.
I'm saying you'd have to prove he did not take any damage previously to
Hold on,
actually
big dog, big
demonstrate
dog.
that he was at his top durability.
The fact that he threw the Ashra path in front of the Deva path to protect the Deva path shows that he had the narrative intention of jumping in front because the Raikiri would have went through the Deva path's face because he was
That does
aiming at
not
the
address
head.
my point.
That does. That means at full power, even without taking any damage, the Deva path
No,
would have
just because he has the
got his
intention,
skull pierced by the Raikiri.
just because he has the intention of doing such, which is to protect the Deva path with the Ashra path, does not mean that the Ashra path was at full power. All it means is that he was at
What do you mean by
enough power to actually hold on. All it means is that Nagato thinks the Ashra path was powerful enough to protect the Deva path instead of him believing that he was at full power.
Big dog, what's full power? What's full power pain?
Just like having no considerable damage in this instance or in this
He
context.
didn't have any considerable damage, so that's fine. The Deva path had no considerable damage, and he still felt the need to
Yeah,
throw
how
the
do you
Ashra
know
path
this?
in the way because he doesn't get hit the whole fight to that point.
He did. He got hit previously. He got hit
By
by
who?
Choji.
No, they wrapped him up with a chain or a chain. They didn't hit him.
I'll get the scan. I'll get the scan for you.
Do you think Choji can damage pain? Real quick, you think like Choji has the capacity to damage pain?
I'm asking you to prove that he did not get damage.
Okay, I'm just asking you a question too, though. Like, do you think that Choji can damage pain,
I'm
Beb?
not going to make a claim on this. You're making the affirmative.
Okay, yeah, he's just being a skeptic, so you don't actually have any evidence. Nice.
Yeah, I'm playing it safe, buddy.
Yeah, you can play it safe all you want. You can be a little skeptic, little bitch. That doesn't further any position, though. Just talking about possibilities. It's possible that like Pain was at full power as
But
well.
hold on, just to be
So
clear, you've
it's
said
possible that
previously
he's
that
at full
he did not. Wait,
durability. It
wait, hold
doesn't
on.
further
Wait,
any
hold on.
positions.
You said previously he did not get hit before getting hit by the right here. So I'm going to just disprove that right now.
Yep, go ahead. Let's see that him
Juju, do
getting
you know
hit.
the Juju or Noodles? Do you guys know the chapter for the
It
Pain
should be in the
fight?
420s to 422. I'm pretty sure Choji and them pull up in like 422. If we can go to that.
Okay, got you.
If you tell me to scan, I could probably grab it for you.
I have an argument for this already. It's kind of funny.
But yeah, just grab the scans of the Ashra path.
Let's
getting
just
hit.
assume that he did it for a minute. Keep grabbing. Look for the scan. Whoever's gonna look for
No,
the
not
scan.
just the team. I want you
Hold
to
on.
concede he got hit.
Hold on.
Before
Even if he did
right
get
here.
hit, let's listen to me. Even if he did get hit, and you're like asserting that
Is
this
that a concession?
possibility that he's damaged, if that possibility is the case, then that would suggest Kakazu can damage him too, because Kakazu's stronger than Choji by self-admission.
How do you know Choji did not get stronger?
Choji didn't fight anyone after that. He didn't train
How do you know Choji did not train?
because there's nothing that suggests he trained.
Wait, so you're just using an argument from ignorance?
He got beat the fuck up. Was probably in the hospital afterwards, and then he went back home, and then Pain shows
Wait,
up.
hold on. Is that an
He doesn't
argument
go
from
on any
ignorance or no?
missions. There's no training. There's nothing.
Wait, is that an argument from ignorance? Yes or no?
No, it's not an argument from ignorance.
But you said that you don't see any evidence of it being the case of him training, so it is not the case he trained, right? That's your
Hold on, big
argument,
dog.
right?
Hold on, big dog. The argument is that he most
I know I'm a big
probably
dog
didn't
around you. I'm a
train
lion
because
around this bitch.
there's no evidence that he doesn't train, or there's no evidence he does
So-
train. My bad.
So you're saying there's no evidence he does train, therefore he did not train? Is that your argument?
There's no evidence he trained. It is immediately after that he fights Pain, so it is likely that he did
Immediately
not
after.
train because he would probably be in the hospital from getting beat the fuck up by Kakazu.
Yeah, what does it mean for something to happen immediately?
What shows
after
that he got significantly stronger?
in this context? Like, what's the time frame you're trying to use there?
It's okay, buddy. It's okay, buddy. Come on.
Wait, did I bug out or something?
Show the
I was
scan.
asking
Show
you a
the
question.
scan. Let's see the scan that you're
Okay,
saying he damaged Pain with.
got you.
I sent the scan that I think you were talking about in VC justification, if that's the one you were referring to. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, no, that's the scan. Haha, that's the
Hey,
scan.
you
Got
see
you right
David
there.
Path jump out the way, dumbass? He didn't get hit.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Ashra path.
I'm not talking about the
What are you
Ashra Path. I'm talking about the Deva
That was
Path,
what I was
fuckhead.
talking about.
Good job
You're not
not
even
tracking.
tracking it.
I'm saying that the Deva path had to have the Ashra path thrown in front of
fucked.
him. No, you're mistracking, big dog. I said that the Deva
No,
path
I'm
had
not,
to
big
have the
dog.
Ashra. Mute him. The Deva path had to have the Ashra path thrown in front, and he didn't get hit by that point. Which was the point I was making, that even if the Ashra path had got hit, that doesn't demonstrate that the Deva path had been hit, and Payne still felt the need to throw the Ashra path in front. So it is not the case that he got hit. Where did he get hit, bro?
Noodles, you're lost in the sauce, bro.
No,
I said
I
that
demonstrated it.
your feat, or rather your reference of the Ashur path getting one-shotted by the right Kiri is not evidence in the specific case I'm talking about, because what's in question is whether the Ashur path was at its full level of durability. And if it is the case, which you agree is possibly the case, that he has received damage prior to that attack, then more than likely he would not be at his full durability prowess in that instance. So now you've
You just said
agreed
more
that
than
he got
likely?
hit. You would have to
You just
prove.
said more than
Uh oh,
likely?
he's panicking. Uh oh, someone mute him.
Hold on,
Heard
you're
you. Let's go. Let's get
possible.
this thing rolling. On. Yeah,
You're
let's
full of
go.
shit.
Anyways, panicking already. That's crazy. Mid sentence. I was just gonna say that now that you've agreed that he got hit, you dumb low IQ victim, prove that it is the case that it is more likely that he did not get damaged.
Hey, don't mute me when I ask for him to mute and he talks over me. Don't mute me again. Mute me again, I'm gone. That's it. Anyway, when I'm talking, I talk. That's how it's gonna be. If he's talking over me, you mute him. That's called fair moderation, bud. Anyway, if we're going to do the talking stick shit, I'm cool with not doing the talking stick shit. But regardless, the point that I'm making is not that the Ashra path didn't get hit. I didn't say the Ashra path didn't get hit. What I said was the Deva path didn't get hit, and I specifically made the argument that the Ashra path was thrown in front of the Deva path to prevent the Raikiri from stabbing through his face and one-shotting him. That was the argument I made. I didn't make this argument that the Ashra path didn't get hit. The Ashra path did get one shot. I already justified that claim. You argued that it's possible he was damaged because he got hit by Choji, therefore it's likely he's not at the full durability capacity. I have this on recording, so if it's the case that he's likely not getting hit, then that's, or likely getting damaged by Choji, I want some evidence that he's actually likely taking damage in that situation, because there's nothing that actually demonstrates that besides a possibility, and the negation of the possibility is simply true as well. There's just simply nothing in this situation to show that this fucking Raikiri wouldn't penetrate Payne's face. There is evidence to show that that it would penetrate him because he throws it in front. Therefore, he would get his brain and whole face one shot. That's all there is to it. He would have got one shot by Kakashi. Payne was so scared of Kakashi. The David Path was so scared of a near-death Kakashi that he actually stayed the fuck away from him and told him that he's going to fight from him from range because he's worried that Kakashi's going to pull something out and damage him. He's the only path that's even there at that point. It's just the David Path there. So if he's worried that Kakashi, even while near dead, buried in the ground, is still going to do something to him, that suggests Kakashi is somewhat on his level. Therefore, Kakazu being stronger than him and stalemating two of Kakashi's Raikiri is a significant buff. So, let's put it in terms like this. He is double the power of the Raikiri. If it is the case that his durability was weakened to some vague extent, some arbitrary unknown extent, then that shows that that doesn't prove that it's double less durability or significantly less durability. What shows that his durability was significantly affected to the point that a double powerful Raikiri is going to not penetrate him? What's the evidence that his durability is weakened by over half in that situation? An argument from possibility does not demonstrate this. I need an argument from probability, an abductive argument, because at the end of the day, all you're doing is just fucking being a skeptic. You don't actually have a position on how Payne wins yet. You haven't demonstrated anything. I've given arguments for why he's doubled the strength of the Raikiri. The Raikiri is able to penetrate a Payne that is not actually provably fucking damaged or provably lower in durability. There's nothing to suggest he's lower in durability because he's physically fine after getting hit by Choji. He still has the capacity to jump in front of Payne. He's perfectly okay. There's nothing to suggest that the Deva Path could tank the Raikiri. He also also was getting one shot by Rasengans, which is just another form of the Raikiri. Naruto's Rasengans were slamming into him. And at the end of the day, the only way to beat Kakazu is by bypassing his durability, which Pain has no capacity to do. And Pain is also not stronger than Biju. Kakazu is stronger than Biju. The only ability Pain that maybe has is on the level of the Biju is the Chibaku Tensei, which failed to control the Nine Tails. And even then, his own body failed him to control it in that situation. His body collapsed, so he can't even hold up the Chibaku Tensei. He has no physical scaling to the Biju whatsoever. He can't damage Kakazu. Pain has no good durability feats. None. Choji is not a feat. Choji got his ass beat by Kakazu when they fought. If your argument for why Pain is going to beat Kakazu is because Choji punched Pain, that would suggest that Choji has the capacity to damage Pain. If Choji has the capacity to damage Pain, then this Biju killer, who definitively scales significantly higher than every feat that we've ever seen in the series. How power scaling works is you show who's shown to be higher, right? So like if we see this random human that has no anti-feats and he just walks around and doesn't do anything, and we see Superman who can blow up like a fucking universe or planet or any feat you want to name that's Superman, that would demonstrate that you would say that Superman in this case is provably stronger, therefore he would win, right? You wouldn't say that, oh, well, the human has no anti-feats, therefore we don't know if Superman can win. That's just an argument from possibility, like, oh, he possibly can tank it. We don't know his durability feats. I don't like those kind of arguments because they don't actually support anything. They're just arguments from possibility. In this case, arguing from possibility is not valid. You have to actually show me something that demonstrates that these feats will put Pain anywhere near the level of a perfect Jinchuriki or a masterful Jinchuriki, and show me that he's on this level. Otherwise, this fucking Kakazu is going to destroy the fuck out of him and beat the fuck out of him. There's no other argument you can make for Pain. I want to hear an argument for Pain. We've still been on my scaling for some reason. We haven't moved to the Pain argument. So show me some Pain scaling, bud.
Yeah, so just to be clear in this, you talk about the possibilities criticism. They're not meant to support any specific claim, Noodles, because
You
again,
have a specific claim.
I am
though.
being stop talking. I'm being
What are you gonna do if I
skeptical,
don't?
so I'm questioning your
What are you gonna do if I
claims.
don't, pussy?
You have the burden to demonstrate. Stop
What are you
talking
gonna do
over
if
me,
I
Noodles.
don't?
Look, Noodles,
Well, you're
Noodles.
gonna get
He allowed
muted, and if
you.
you
He
want to keep
muted
trying to leave the
himself and he
debate, you
allowed
can
you to.
leave the
He allowed you to
conversation.
finish. You just have to
I
allow
know,
him to finish.
but
Okay,
I'm just
yeah,
saying
I
he's
did
talked a
allow him to
lot of
finish.
shit too.
Yeah, anyways, don't care, retard. So if you're gonna speak over me, you're gonna get muted. So I was just gonna
If you mute
say
me, I'll just
that
leave.
your
So how about
criticism
that?
towards my responses is you saying, "Oh, you're just arguing for possibility." That's not an argument from possibility, Notice. An argument from
It is.
possibility is making the assertion that something is true on the basis of it being possibly true. You agreed that I'm being skeptical, so I'm not even affirming anything to be true as of now until I move on to my scaling. So that contradicts your claim that I'm appealing to possibility by definition. Now you talk about the other points regarding, oh, Pain is not shown to fully be able to like restrict the Nine Tails. Well, I don't know if you're actually making it. Well, you're not making it in a sense here clearly because you're making the presupposition that the Nine Tails is on the same level as the Bijus when there's narrative implications of the Nine Tails power being on a completely different level from the other Bijus. So even if it is the case that the Nine Tails is some being which is stronger in attack potency or durability in comparison to Pain, that does not automatically indicate that Pain is below Kakazu because Kakazu is able to like match up to like a much weaker Biju. If that was to be the case, by the way, I'm not saying it is the case. Just before you try to write out and try to ask me to prove claims, which it is not my brain, by the way. Now you have also talked about the idea of there being proof that he would get one shot. You've not shown good evidence. This I've already went over the reasons why I've not shown good evidence. You made the claim originally that the Osteopath did not get hit previously in response to me asserting the possibility of the Osteopath not being in full power due to the fact that the Osteopath got hit previously, and you denied that condition as a means of doubting the idea of him being or him not being in full power possibly. And so once you got disproven on that point, you tried to retract your claim and lie dishonestly about the idea you're just talking about the devil path. But we have the recording, the dishonest pathological liar. Now, last but not least, you said that I don't have arguments for Pain actually winning. I have arguments, and I'd love to get onto those arguments. But I'm focused on your trash, baseless, unsubstantiated points and arguments you've been delivering. And I'm pressing you on that right now. And the only reason you're interested in my scaling is because you can impress the fuck out of on your scaling. That's the only reason.
Okay, so you don't actually have any position to show that you're not arguing from an appeal to possibility. You did just say that, like, oh, it's by definition not an appeal to possibility. The way in which you undermined my argument, or tried to undermine my argument, was saying that it's possible Payne got damaged. You didn't have evidence that he actually did get damaged. You just said that he got punched, and it's a possibility that he got punched. That doesn't demonstrate that it's probably the case he got damaged. You just said it's possibly the case that he got damaged. You did try to input the probability argument in there, but I called that out in my last position. There's nothing that suggests he probably got damaged in that situation. In fact, I don't think there's any evidence that Choji is on his level at all. I think that Choji, in fact, gets fucked up by him. The fact that Payne was able to body Choza in like two hits, and Choza is just like this equal powered Choji. They're both like using the same techniques. They're both causing the same level of destructive capacity. They're both causing the same level of attack potency. Those are characters who are relative to each other in this case. And because of that, I don't think there's anything to suggest that this argument that Payne or Choji scale to each other somehow. There's nothing that suggests that they scale to each other. The fact that you're using Choji of all fucking characters to try to rep Payne is fucking despicable, bro. It's disgusting. You need to get the fuck over this Payne argument with, oh, well, Choji possibly damaged him, therefore Kakazu is not on his level, bro. Who gives a fuck if we're talking about Choji, bro? We're talking about the Biju. At the end of the day, the Biju are way stronger than anyone. The Ninetales is way stronger than everyone that's in that fucking fight. There's nothing that suggests the Ninetales is on the level of Payne. There's nothing that suggests that Chibaku Tensei is on the level of the Biju. So I want to hear your arguments as to why Payne is on this level, and I don't want an appeal to possibility. I want you to actually show me some probability, if you know what that means.
Trust me, I know that means a lot more than you know this, just to be clear. So when you're talking about appeal to possibility, I'm making it clear that given what an appeal to possibility is, it is necessarily true, given what has happened in this debate and your agreements, that I would not be appealing to possibility because you said I'm being skeptical. I'm just being a skeptic here. So that means I'm not affirming the positive claim, but more specifically, I'm questioning the credibility and the argumentative status and the evidential status of your claims. So an appeal to possibility is not saying that an argument or an opponent's argument is undermined because of a specific possibility. It's saying that your position is true because of a particular possibility. I'm not saying Payne beats Kakazu because of a possibility. I'm not saying your claims are false because of a mere possibility. I'm saying your claims are unsubstantiated and unjustified and has no proof because of a particular possibility. So that's completely radically different from one another. So that's just another track and blunder from your end.
But if you're saying they're unjust,
I don't think there's anything else. Hold on, just one more thing.
You made a
You're
point.
already
You made a
panicking
point.
already.
If you
You're
made a
trembling
point,
right now.
bitch, I'm
You're
gonna
shaking.
respond to it, stupid fuck.
Yeah, I made a
If they're
point. I made a
undermined,
point.
you're claiming they're
You
undermined.
Y'all
Don't
chill,
mute
You
me.
have
Don't mute me,
made
motherfucker.
multiple
Anyway,
points.
if you're
You
saying
have
that
made
in this
multiple points for
situation,
this.
that
Oh,
that you are
moderation.
not saying
He's
something,
speaking
you
over
are
me.
making a
Moderation. Yeah, there you go. So you made multiple points. I'm gonna respond back with multiple points to this. That's how debate works. Okay. So again, I was just gonna touch on to another thing. You talked about the Rasengan destroying or beating Pain. You would have to prove that Pain was at full power. If you're talking about the Tendo Pain at the end of the fight, Tendo Pain was fatigued, so you have to prove that Tendo Pain was even at full power in that instance. If you're gonna use the Rasengan quote unquote anti-feed, if you're gonna talk about the different Rasengan anti-feed with respect to a different path of pain, you would also have to prove that all paths of pain have the same level of durability. So these are presuppositions you're making, which goes unproven time and time again. I don't really think there's anything else I need to touch on. I can just get into my scaling right now. If you feel like responding back because you know you got destroyed and you want to like pretty up your trash points, you can do so right now. Go for it.
All right. So yeah, your argument was dog shit. You said I wasn't correct for saying this. You said that you were just saying it's unsubstantiated. I don't give a fuck about any of that position. You just on mic said that he's probably scaling to the Biju, yeah? You think he's probably scaling to them? Apollo, asking you a question, bro. Apollo.
I'm not
answer
making the
question.
Biju.
What'd you just argue then? You said Pain scale somewhere. Or no, you said he was weakened. That's what you said.
I said
Okay.
Pain scales
Yeah,
above
you said
Kakazu.
he's weakened, right? Prove that.
In the instance where Naruto defeated with Rasengan, yeah, definitely.
No, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the
That's what I was
situation that we're
talking
at
about.
right now. We're talking about the attacks. We're not talking about that situation. We're talking about the Choji situation. You don't think he's weakened in the Choji
Oh
situation?
shit! I never made that claim, even in the Choji instance, Noodles. What are you
Okay, so
talking
you
about?
don't
Stop
think he's
skipping
weakened in
out.
the Choji situation?
Just because I'm not
You
making the
don't think,
claim
admit
he's
it, you don't
not
think he's
weakened
weakened in the Choji
doesn't mean
situation,
I
yeah?
believe he's weakened.
Hon, do you think he's weakened or not?
I don't make a claim on that specific point of view
Why not? Because you're a pussy.
because I don't think there's any evidence which directly favors both propositions.
Okay, so you don't think there's any evidence to suggest he's weakened or not weakened during that point in the fight, yeah?
Nor that he's not weakened.
Hold
So it
on,
goes
hold on,
both
hold on.
ways. Goes
Hey,
both
listen,
ways,
bud.
yeah.
Hey, listen, bud.
And that
So
just
you
doesn't
don't
work
think
in your
there's evidence
favor.
on either side, right?
Yeah, so your position gets
Okay, so
fucked
if I
over.
present
Yeah,
some
retarded.
evidence on my side, that makes it more probable, yeah? Yes or
Yeah, show
no?
the evidence that the osteopath was not considerably
Answer my
damaged. Go
question
for it.
first, and then I'll respond.
Yeah, show the evidence. I'll agree with you. Just
Okay,
show
so
the
yeah.
evidence.
Okay,
Go
so
for
yeah.
it.
He doesn't have any damage on his face, bro. The Davipath has no damage on his face. He has no damage on his clothes, no damage on his body. There's no that shows that he's completely unhurt.
I'm not talking about the
He doesn't
Davipath.
even get hit. I am talking about the Davipath. I've
I'm
been talking about the
the
Davipath.
osteopath, Noodles. What
So
are you talking
what's your
about?
answer to my argument for the Davipath then?
You're
Nothing?
not tracking. This is so
I
embarrassing.
haven't been arguing. You
This is
haven't been
like
tracking,
Donkey Nuts
bitch. I
tracking
haven't been
skills.
arguing for the Osteopath.
Oh, the projection is unreal.
I've been arguing
right
for the
now. The
Davipath.
projection
That's
is
what I'm saying. You're
unreal.
not following the fucking argument. You said he
You've
was
been
weakened.
responding to
You
my
said he was
point with
weakened. You
respect to
tried to
you saying
fucking
the
rat and say,
osteopath
no,
got
he's weakened
one-shotted.
after the point he uses the
You
Chibaku
said the
Tensei. I know he's weakened
osteopath
after
got
that
one.
point. I'm talking about in the middle of the
Noodles,
fight.
did you
If
not
there's
make the
nothing to
claim?
suggest that this
Okay, you're
fucking
not done
corpse,
talking?
by the way,
Continue speaking,
hold
Noodles.
on, this fucking
Continue
corpse, by
yapping,
the way,
Noodles.
shut the fuck up, you dumb fuck. This corpse, by the
Continue
way,
yapping,
that
son
doesn't
boy.
have any organs, and this robot that doesn't have any organs, what's specifically damaged on them? They're just beings that flow off of pure chakra. They don't have any fucking damage that they can take that's gonna, like, even if you stab them in the heart, that's not gonna necessarily kill them. It has to be something that has to actually go above and beyond their chakra cores and their ability to maintain chakra in the body. They have to destroy their body to that point. But yeah, I think that in this situation, there's no evidence that fucking Pain was weakened at all. There is evidence that he's not weakened because he's completely undamaged. He hasn't been hit in the fight so far. He hasn't used anything that would weaken his body. So I just don't think that there's anything that would show that his body's weakened. He hasn't taken any attacks whatsoever. The Davipath was going to get pierced by the Raikiri on panel. That means that
Oh,
Kakazu should scale above him because he has double the strength of the Raikiri. Can you show me that Pain's durability was weakened to any significant degree to the point that it's going to handle something double the power of the Raikiri?
Hey, look at this pathetic attempt from Noodles to burden switch. I'm not
It's
making
called
that
a
claim.
measurement, dumb
You're
fuck.
making the claim he was stop it, Tristan. You're making the claim he is not weakened, and you need to show that claim to be true. You have not shown any evidence for such. All you've talked about is the idea of you said the Devapath did not get injured. You dumb fuck. Your original claim was you saying the osteopath, right? Got
Jumped in
one-shotted
front,
by the
right?
right
Did I
ear,
not
and
say
he's a
jumped in front?
Hold
That was my
on there a
claim.
second, Noodles. Just pipe down for a second.
I literally
Chimchar,
said that
okay?
in the very
You
beginning.
said
That the
for a second,
Davipath.
moderation, please.
Nah, don't.
Yeah, so anyways, the silverback gorilla just cannot control himself. He cannot control his apish instincts,
He
okay?
left.
He got the survival instincts of
He
getting
left.
blown out, just kicking in right now. Oh, he moved down? Did he leave the stage? Oh no, he left.
Apollo, he left, bro.
Oh
Bro, what does he want me to
no, he
do?
got
He's talking
destroyed.
over him. What the fuck do you
And I
want
didn't
me
even
to
give my
do?
pain scaling yet. I was gonna give
Fuck.
a probably pain scaling.
Bro, like,
Anti-moderation powers of doom, bro.
bro, what was I supposed to do? Like, I'm supposed to let these, like, him monkey out and shit? Like, what the fuck?
Nah, you low-key got put in like a crazy situation, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Well, anyway,
If
since
you
the debate is
moderate me, I'm
over-
gonna leave.
All right, everybody, since there's 90 people in here, since the debate is over, y'all go in public notice, man. Y'all vote who y'all think won, Noodles or Apollo. Unfortunately, Apollo didn't get to give his pain scaling, but maybe we can do it at a later date.
Man, fuck that boo-boo ass Paul. I'm gonna make a new one.
What the fuck? What are you doing, High? Like, kill yourself.
Hell nah. Hold on. It's about to be the best pull ever.
Bro, like, Noodles is weird, dude. Like, I don't know what he expects me to do. Like, he's talking, like, Apollo mutes up, lets the nigga give out, like, fucking 50 premises. Then as soon as Apollo says two
Everyone
premises-
go vote in public notice right now. Everyone in this VC, it's all 100 people in this VC, vote for that fucking poll.
Yeah, we need 90 we need 90 votes, bro. 90 votes.
I'm gonna ping everyone.
No, I accidentally voted for Noodles.
Vote
Shit.
now.
Vote for Apollo. All right.
Vote now.
We need 90 votes, y'all. Or we hitting the ban button.
Everyone vote now. Everybody wake up for this.
For all the haters, by the way,
Is
I
it
haven't
over?
even
So,
I haven't even
hold on.
done. Hold on, I haven't even done Naruto inverse for years, bro. I'm not even a fiction debater, bro. I main philosophy, bro. I don't even take fiction debates seriously, bro.
Oh
This guy
yeah?
mains fiction debate. This guy has over 300 debates on Caucus versus Pain, and I've only debated this topic like perhaps like 3 times in total, and this guy got destroyed, bro. This is embarrassing.
You gotta do it like the one championships, and now you gotta do philosophy with that guy.
All 3 times are probably against Noodles. Like,
I'm trying to see.
Jester, Noodle Soldier, Brad, bro. What did you do, bro? This guy left. Also, is the recording? Did someone record this?
Bro, I don't even know. That's what I was asking, bro. I was gonna turn on my OBS, but
I saw a bot in here earlier, so I don't know.
somebody told me the little debate record slave was in here. I
Who
forgot what
the
his name
fuck is the Craig bot? Who removed that shit?
I think somebody might have. Hold on. Vomi said they recorded. Drop that shit in general, bruh.
Yo,
The people need it.
hello? Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Okay, yo, Loki. Okay, can I say one thing before I start spitting my bars? Or no?
Bro, what?
Can I say one thing before I spit my bars?
There ain't
Man,
no
fuck
halftime
this,
show,
man.
bruh.
We
There
about
ain't
to
no
we about to
halftime
end this fucking
show.
stage, man. I'm in this fucking stage, bro. What are
Can
we
I say
doing?
one thing real quick though? One thing real quick though.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, no offense. That was probably one of the
Shut
most
the fuck